After this is done, the next stage is comparison of objects. How can objects be compared? This group for children of grades 1 and 2. Let us take a few objects, a few square counters. Here is a group and here is a group. Now, I will ask the children, can you tell me which is more? In these two, which has more square counters? We have learnt greater and lesser quantities, right? This has more. Very good. This has lesser numbers. Similarly, even in this one, which group has more cubes? Tell me. This has lesser. This has more. By looking at it, we can make out. Right. Very good. In the same way, we can use another TLM. Now, take a look at these. Is this more or is this more? Which is more? This one, correct? This is less. When looking at it, we can make out. This is more, this is less. Very good. Now, we didn't have any problem here because one quantity was very high and one quantity was very less. We can solve this easily with a simple observation. That was not difficult, right? But now, let me show you two methods. Observe. This is one group and this is one group. Now, if I ask the children, what will they say? Some may show this, that it has more, but some may show this. Because they are placed far from each other, they are in a bigger range of space, and hence this group appears bigger. This has more. This group has more square counters, and hence this group is bigger. So, what happened here? Observation failed, did not work, right? Therefore, it may not be the apt method, not the best method here. If I place them closely, I'll take some more. Can they make out now? No. Because there is not much difference between the two. We have still not taught them counting since counting has not been introduced yet. So they cannot make out. They both look same to them. This exercise can be done using different objects. Let's have a look at it. Or keep them closer. Which is more? Which is less? They cannot make out. This group is scattered and this is placed closely. They can make out only if they count, right? Similarly, using number line, using clip, sometimes they cannot make out by observation. What can be done in that situation is, we should use the next concept. When such difficulties and complications arise, we have to introduce one-to-one correspondence, meaning joining one to another. If there are two quantities, to find out which is more or less, join each piece with other and observe. We have to tell them that. If we go back to the earlier example, I'm not counting the numbers because we have not taught them counting yet. I'm placing them like this now. Children thought this is more, right? So now, let us arrange these square counters in this manner. Let us bring them in a line and we shall place these also in the same manner. Now, let's bring one square counter from here and one from here. Similarly, let us place them like this. this square counter does not have company. So, this group is more. This square counter is more. This pattern of arranging is called one-to-one correspondence. That is joining one another and comparing each with the other. Did we have to count the objects here? No, we are not counting yet. Without counting, we have just compared the objects to see which is greater and which is lesser. The same technique can be used with these objects also. Let's place them like this. Now, let us arrange them like this in a line. Now, what should we do? If one student does it, there may be confusion. So, we call one child here and one child here, one student on this side and one student on this side. One child places on this side and another child places it on this side. Similarly, they continue placing the objects like this. And finally, is anything left in your hand? No. Is anything left in your hand? No. Both have arranged properly. So, who has more? Nobody has more, nobody has less. Both have equal numbers. Both have same numbers, right? This way, comparison can be done to show equal quantity. One-to-one correspondence is what it is known as. This can be shown by using number line. Teachers, please observe. While doing the second example, the difference between two numbers needs to be less. Children should not be able to make out by observing. Now, for this example, place these two clips a little far, leave a little space. So, while observing, this looks bigger. Then I will ask the children, which is bigger? They might say this or this. How can we teach this using one-to-one correspondence? Let's arrange it like this. Here, keep one bead next to the other. One more. Similarly, place them next to each other. Finally, this bead is left out. Check it again. This bead has this. This bead has this. Each one has one placed next to it. All are compared, but this does not have company. There is no bead here. So, this group has more beads. There are more number of beads on this side. Now, we can do the same example in this way. In this example, we can make out by observation itself. But still, let us arrange them next to each other. These many beads are more. So many beads are more. Children will automatically get a question. Oh, so many beads are more. How many beads are more? They'll ask. What do we need then? How many beads are in excess here? That is when we require counting. In this way, step by step, we should introduce counting to children. That is the objective of our methods. Instead of directly teaching 1, 2, 3, let us start with presence and absence, along with showing the need for counting. Later, if you teach counting, they will learn step by step and they will be satisfied also. So far, we learned how to compare. Further, how to do the same thing on the board involving children in this? Let us see. Let us draw two groups here and then stick these square counters inside these groups. We have not yet taught children to count yet. So, they will not be able to compare which is more, which is less by counting. They should answer that question through observation method. Which is more in these two groups? When I ask, they will definitely show this group, right? Because this group obviously is in greater quantity. This can be said by just looking, right? But going one step ahead, I will show another method. Do observe. Now, I have placed a few objects here. Now, if you ask children to compare these two groups, which one will they show? We have seen earlier. The same thing should be noticed here. There are all chances that children will show this. And maybe this one too. We cannot say because they still do not know how to count. So they might just point whichever they feel like. Here, the observation method did not work. So, what could be done here? One-to-one correspondence concept can be used here. How? This is one. Let us place these far from each other. Let us compare one from this group with one from the other group. Like this, keep matching each one. This one does not have any square counter to match. There are so many square counters here and there are so many square counters here. All these square counters have a match, but this one does not. So, this group has more square counters, right? This is one-to-one correspondence, joining one with the other and comparing. You have observed here the way we matched one with the other. Similarly, what will happen when we place them this way? I will place this one next to the other. I will take one from this group and one from the other. Like this, when we place them here, finally, which group has more? One is remaining here. That is why this group has more objects. The children will clearly understand this in this way. With these kind of activities, like the ones where square counters are dipped in water and stuck, teachers have to call the children, encourage them to come to the board and make them do. By doing so, the children will come to the board, use the objects, and then they will have the excitement of doing it and the learning will be better. Now, let us say there are some more objects remaining here. For example, let us keep some more here. Hey, there are so many remaining. How many? How many more are remaining? The answer to how many would be a number. Since children do not know counting yet, they know it is too many. But how many is too many? We have to count now. We have to learn how to count now. Like this, we can take them towards the concept of counting.